Hey everybody. Hey Delightful. Hey Risa. Hey Lexberry. Hey Janae. Hey Hey Sherry. Hey Reese. Hey Muna. Hey Drea. Hey Miss Brown. I'm doing fine. My trip was great, sis. Thanks for asking. Hey Shannon. Hey Zanita. Hey Jamila. Hey Akila. I'm doing fine, sis. How are you? Hey Shia. Hey Levanta. Hey B Kirk. Eating dinner and listening. I know that's right, sis. Hey, Pure Love. Hey, Rena. Hey, Jody. Hi, Is it ISMO? Hey, Just Jazz. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Misty. Hey, beautiful. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's okay, you guys. I'm back. I know I went live a couple times this weekend. I had to abruptly interrupt those live. Hey, Mysterious. But y'all, I apologize for that. But I was moving around and Rita, you said I'm so six. What's six? Everything is going fine with me, Lady B. How are you, babe? Your voice is going out. You must have had a good time on the slots. Did you win big? Oh no, Miss Brown. My voice is going out, girl, because I got allergies. Hey, Kels. Did I win big? I won a little bit. My husband actually did way better than me. So to answer your question, yes, I did. Because his money is my money. Hey, Madria. Ooh, homemade tacos with vegan patties. Oh, that sounds good. Okay, delightful. She said she getting ready for work. Hey, Nurse K. Hey, Sean J. Hey, Dream. Hey, Diamond. Oh, thank you, Rena. Yeah, we did. We had a really good time. I enjoyed myself, y'all. Drea says, and ending my birthday weekend. Well, happy birthday, sis. Happy birthday. Hey, Cheryl. Happy birthday to you. I'm glad you decided to end your birthday weekend with TR. Hey, Misha. No, sis, I wasn't in there yelling. I should have yelled at machine because them machines was doing me dirty, honey. But y'all, that's our little pastime. We like to go to the casino. I ain't gonna lie. But we are cheap casino people, y'all. We in there. We penny slots. My husband and I play nothing but the penny slots, and y'all, we 30 cent, 20 cent, 25 cent. But what people don't understand about the casino, I know a lot of people don't like gambling or whatever, but your thing is your thing. But what people don't know about casinos, obviously you can max bet, and obviously the more you bet, the better your chances are. But they know that. They know people are going to go in there. So, yeah, sometimes I go in there and I'm just real low betting. I don't. I don't go in there max betting because I like to play. I like to enjoy myself. So when you max betting, the more you spend, the more you're gonna lose. The quicker you're gonna lose. I'm gonna say. So you Kels, I know, yeah, Kels, we talk about that. We love it. I love a good scratch off here now. I know that's right, M. Jones. Scratch offs, they used to be my thing, but I don't really do them that much anymore. Hey, it's delightful. You like the slots too, sis? Hey, Kiki. So y'all, funny thing about our trip. Hey, Sean. Hey, Raheem. I need to win the lotto. Missy, I need to win something, honey. The lotto or something. But yeah, when I go to the casino, I never go in there thinking, oh, I'm gonna win this big jackpot. Child, if I win a couple $100, that's fine with me because I didn't take that much in there. Hey Ronald, Soulful said blackjack is for me. You know what? I used to be a table player, but I stopped playing the tables. I play strictly the slots. My husband, he get on the table every now and then, but he's a slot player too. He likes to the spin reels, those 777s and double diamonds. I don't play those. I don't like those things. So I just, hey Jasmine. Kel says I'm still the scratch off queen. Jay and Prince, I've been waiting for you to go live all day. Ooh, Kiki said I won $5. I know that's right, sis. I wish I could go to Vegas for my birthday, but maybe next year. Yes, girl, I always wanted to go to Vegas. Like I've always wanted to go to Vegas. But people tell me about Vegas. They say the strip is not the place to really play because you don't really win money on the strip. They say the old downtown, which I think they call that the Fremont experience, is where people win their money. Like I've had a lot of people tell me that they never really win on the strip. They always go to the Fremont, and that's where they win their money. Miss Brown says, I've never been to a casino. I would love to go one day. The closest I've got to one was on a cruise. Yes, y'all. I mean, I like the casino. Like if you hate Tamara, if you're not a obviously if you're not a gambler, then obviously the casino's not for you. But it's just really fun. And in the South, if you like to drink, as long as you're playing, you get free drinks. But up here in the Midwest, they don't do that. But in the South, honey, honey, if you a drinker and you a gambler, honey, that's your thing right there. Tina said, yes, go to Fremont. Okay, good, Tina. You heard the same thing. Yeah, a lot of people tell me that. They said that's where they win their money on Fremont. My brother and his wife went about 2 years ago, and they were on the strip, and my brother said they was losing like crazy. He said as soon as they went over to Fremont, they was winning. Obviously they didn't win like tons and tons of money, but he said they had a better playing experience on Fremont. And like I said, I've had several people tell me that's been to Vegas like in the last year or two. They've all told me that. They's like on the strip, they didn't win nothing. You going to Vegas next month, just. I hope you win too, sis. Oh, hotel and a flight. I know that's right. Ooh, wee. Trinette says, I love the penny slots in Vegas. She said, once I lose 20, I'm out. I know that's right. You could probably go to Vegas. What'd you say, Monica? You could probably go to Vegas now round trip for like $50. I heard it's very, very cheap. Maya says, I like the penny machines. I love the penny machines. I don't play nothing but the penny. Okay, I heard Atlantic City is nice. I've never been to Atlantic City, but that's another place I would like to go to Atlantic City just to get the experience, to look at the boardwalk and all that. Yeah, good luck to you, sis. Going to Vegas next month. I hope you win big, honey. So, y'all, let me tell you, I want to go on a vacation. LOL. I ain't been no damn where since Rona came. I know that's right, Janae. Look, we haven't went really far, but if we get a chance to go, now obviously, um, in the casinos, they got it very, they're following the CDC recommendations, social distancing. You have to wear your mask. They have hand sanitizer stations at all like the banker machines. They have one on each side. Um, they take your temperature before you go in. Yeah, they are handling the CDC's recommendations. They're not playing no games with anybody because they don't want to be shut down. I go to Foxwoods in Connecticut. Ooh, I saw that Steffi G chick and good God. Nowhere, Sophie. You can't go nowhere in Houston since the closest you gonna get is Louisiana. And I would say, Lake Charles is close for you, but after hurricane, I don't think they back up and running yet. So, okay, y'all. So let me ask you a question. So when we were traveling back, we stopped at a Subway on our way home. I know traveling, you got to stop and eat. So we all pile into the Subway to get us something to eat. And as I was standing at the counter, I seen this sign that said that they were hiring. So I was like, oh, okay. They basically said they're starting at 10.25 an hour plus tips. So I was like, okay, 10.25 an hour plus tips. So I'm just looking at the sign. I'm like, tips? So when we got in the car, I was like, did you guys see that sign? And my sister-in-law was like, yeah, I seen it, and I was like, when do you I didn't know people tipped at Subway. And she was like, yeah. I said, I've never seen that. Like, and this is no disrespect to people who work at Subway, but I did not know that you were supposed to tip when you go to Subway. Like, I'm like, why would I be tipping the person at Subway? Yes, they're making my sandwich for me, but isn't that what they're supposed to be doing? Like, I understand tipping at a restaurant because the server is serving you your food. They're running if you need extra things. They're running to go, they're bringing the food to you to the table. They're making sure your drinks are filled. Anything extra you need, they're serving you. But when you walk into Subway and they making your sandwich, isn't that what they supposed to be doing, is making their sandwich? Making your sandwich? I didn't know that. I didn't know they had a tip jar. I tip for good service. Well, if that's the case, all tea spilling, do you tip when you go to Burger King or McDonald's? They making your sandwich in there too, but you're not tipping them. When you go to McDonald's and Burger King's, I don't see no tip jars at the cash register. Sophisticated. I only tip for my hair, nails, eyebrows, and feet. And again, I get that because they're working, they're doing you. Look, I understand all that. But you're making my sandwich. At the end of the day, you're supposed to make my sandwich good. I just didn't understand the whole concept. They're saying 10.25 plus tips. So it's like they're expecting you to tip. And that's something new to me because I don't eat at Subway a lot. I'm not a big Subway eater. If I eat at Subway, I only want the seafood and crab sandwich. If I'm eating, like, if I want a sub sandwich, I'll go to like Jimmy John's or Firehouse Subs. I'm not a Subway eater, so I don't go in Subway a lot. Like in a year, I might go to Subway once in a year, right? So I didn't know that they were tipping in Subway, and I was just weird. So my sister in law and she said, "Well, you have to pay for good service." I said, "Okay, but we're not tipping when we go to White Castles. We're not tipping when we go to Burger King. We're not tipping when we go to McDonald's. We're not tipping when we go to Wendy's. We're not tipping them, and they're making our sandwiches." So I'm just confused on why we're tipping at Subway. Like, I just need somebody to explain that to me. I didn't know that all tea slip spilling. Okay, Kay said, I don't recall. Yeah, I didn't recall. Like, I don't know. Y'all, I'm telling you, I just feel like coronavirus is really expecting people to do a whole lot more than what we were doing before Corona. I'm just like, now look, I'm not trying to stop nobody's hustle, but I just can't figure out why we're tipping at Subway. Yeah, my daughter work at Subway. Hold on. My daughter work at Subway. They count meat and etc. They count meat. Okay, well, I can understand like inventory. Yeah, here in Georgia, every Subway I've gone to, when I swipe my card, it has an add tip option before they finalize the sale. It was crazy the first time I saw. Exact right, Miss Graham. I saw that today too. When my husband paid for the food, it was asking if he want to add a tip, and I'm like, add a tip for what? What are we adding a tip for? I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Y'all is really taking advantage of people. Like, I'm starting to feel that way. Like, come on now. Hey, Mika. Subway don't deserve a tip. You basically make the sandwich because you have to tell them how to make it. Right. You're basically, yes, right. You're telling them how to make your sandwich. Exactly, Trinette. You're telling them how to make your sandwich. You're telling them what to put on it. Obviously, they need to make the sandwich good. I mean, that's anybody that's serving food. Again, I can understand me tipping at a restaurant because I'm sitting down, I'm eating my food, you're bringing the food to me, anything additional I need to make sure my eating experience is great. I get that. But tipping at Subway, I didn't understand. And like I said, on the sign when they say they were hiring, it's like 10, 25 plus tips. So it just appeared like they're guaranteeing that you're going to get tips. Like, it's like, because like Trinette just said, when she went to pay for her food, that was an option for her to leave a tip. So I'm starting to think now, okay, well, is McDonald's and Burger King going to start asking us to leave a tip? Like, what the hell is going on? Like, y'all, okay, this is too much for me. Right, Subway don't hardly give you nothing anyway, Kay. Okay, they stopped serving roast beef. Dr. Amira says, I'm not doing it. It's just for customer service, Auntie, how they treat you and how much or little you got. I noticed McDonald's still have their chicken nuggets for not their dollar chicken sandwich or dollar cheeseburger. Yeah, I don't think McDonald's had a dollar thing anymore. I got a tip. I won't be there. But if you think about it, it's someone's job to do your hair, nails, feet, etc. That's true too. That's true. It's just, it's kind of like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've tipped my hairdresser before. I've If she's done an exceptional job, I didn't do a little bit because I get it. Because to me, that's different. Um, like they're self-employed. The hairdressers, nail techs, they're self-employed. To me, Subway, a worker at Subway, yeah, you're not, you're filling out W-2s. Right. And then y'all, I got a 6-inch sub sandwich, a bag of chips, and a drink, and it was $10. Why not? Wait a minute. Why not? They work really hard and harder than most places. They have to live and take care of their family too. Deanna, look, like I said, sis, I'm not trying to knock anybody's hustle. I'm just trying to, hey, Latrice, I'm just trying to figure, hey, Duchess. Right, not what you tell them to do. Exactly. I'm just trying to figure out, why are we tipping at Subway? That's all I want to know. Because you making my sandwich, well, you gotta make my sandwich. Like, I can't go behind the counter and make it my damn self. Just like but again, I understand at a restaurant because you're bringing the food to me, you're serving me, right? They're walking all over the restaurant, bringing you drinks, food, whatever. But at Subway, I walk in, I stand at the counter, I tell you what I want, you fix it, and you hand it to me, and I walk out the door. I just don't understand. Like, I'm supposed to tip you to make because you made my sandwich great. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. Hey, Miss Pearl. I don't know. I don't know. I was just curious about that. Because like I said, yeah, I don't go to Subway. So that threw me all the way off. I didn't know they was doing that at Subway. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. We tipping at Subway now? Like, damn, I didn't know that. Right. I need every store to keep that same energy they had before Corona. I'm just starting to feel like people are taking advantage of the fact of Corona. Like, I just really feel like people are really taking advantage of what's going on. Duchess says, I'm cooking more than usual now since my oldest son has moved back home. I don't know, y'all. It was just, did you tip your hotel? Did you tip your hotel? Somebody asked me, did you tip your hotel room? Jacqueline, I don't know. Um, I believe my husband did. He normally does. Like, depending on how long we stay, he'll leave a few dollars on the I believe he did when we left out. I believe he did leave some money on the dresser. I think he did do that. He normally does. If we stay like 2 days or more, or 2 nights or more, he normally does. But then again, that's because they coming in and they're making up our beds. They again, that's their job. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, y'all. It's just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just caught me off guard with the whole subway thing. I get where you coming from, asking me about the whole hotel question. I get that. It just kind of threw me off because I was just like, I mean, when I go to McDonald's, they're making my sandwich and I'm not tipping them. So why am I tipping somebody at Subway for doing the same thing that someone at McDonald's and Burger King is doing? That it just threw me off when I seen that. Thank you, Monica. So true. You want tips, be a waitress or bartender, joke Subway, get out. Waitresses make 3.29, not 10, and some change. Exactly, right. You paying $10, you paying Subway 10.25, and then you want a tip, but the waitress is making what, two something, three something now? Like, come on now. Right, LaQuinta, yeah, what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna tip the gas station clerk because you reach behind the counter and I mean, come on, y'all. I'm just curious. Like everybody is wanting more. Right, Duchess. Some restaurants are adding extra surcharges. They are. Yeah, Jackie, there's a COVID surcharge. Yes. I don't know, y'all. That just threw me off. Like I said, no disrespect to the Subway workers. If you work at Subway and that's what you're doing, I mean, no disrespect. Like again, I'm not trying to knock nobody's hustle, but I just feel like if Subway is asking for tips, then McDonald's and Burger Kings need to be asking for them too. That's all I'm saying. Well, we get tips at grocery pickup. But that's because they're shopping the groceries for you and bringing it to your car. So I can see you doing that. Just like when the bagger, you remember back in the day when the baggers would bring your groceries out to your car for you and help you load your groceries in the car? I remember watching my mama doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. Okay. But the Subway worker, like I said, yes, you're making my sandwich. Well, I mean, they making my sandwich at McDonald's too. So I don't know. I'm just curious. I was just that just kind of threw me off. And then 10.25 an hour, like someone in the chat just said, most wait obviously no waitress is making that as the base pay. It's what like three something an hour as base pay. And at Subway, you make it 10.25. And then here's the thing: if you notice at Subway, depending on how busy that Subway is one person who starts your sandwich, then it's another person that puts the dressings on it. Like one person to get the bread and put the meat on it, and then the other person they'll slide it out, and then the other person will put your garnishes on it. So if I'm tipping, who am I tipping then? Because both of y'all help make my sandwich. So who do I get a tip to? Like help me out. Who do I get a tip to? Because both of y'all made the sandwich. If a server fixes my sandwich when I get there without me asking, then I understand the tip. Right, somewhere in America. Tamara says I tip when I feel like tipping. Cause like we ate at Cracker Barrel and I tipped the waiter $10. Now let me tell y'all this. So we ate at Cracker Barrel, right? So the Cracker Barrel that we ate at, they're not allowing people to eat inside yet. So we were sitting outside. It was really nice. It wasn't hot. It was like 80 degrees, but it was a nice breeze coming through. So my husband's like, so do you want to, do you want to eat here? I was like, yeah, it's cool. We can sit outside and eat. It's like no trip. So I said, sat down and all of a sudden, y'all, the flies started coming. Then here comes some bees. And I'm like, oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. If you want people to sit outside and eat, the least that y'all could do is spray the little area, like you know how the little insect pesticide, whatever they spray in the area from what the word I'm looking for, the lawn and garden people that spray. Like the least you could do that, because now I'm sitting here eating my food and I gotta keep swatting these flies. Like y'all, that was really irritating me. And the waiter, it was a man that was waiting on us. He kept apologizing. He was like, I've talked to management about that. It's like you want the people to sit outside and eat, but you got me, you got us, the customers, flotting flies and bees the whole time we sitting here eating. Like it was really frustrating me. It was frustrating my husband too, because he was almost getting ready to say, you want to just take it to go? And I was like, no, I mean, not really, but I don't know, y'all. I was just like, but we gave the waiter a $10 tip because he was very apologetic. It was almost like he was damn near embarrassed, right? Because his job is to make sure his customers are comfortable, and clearly we were not comfortable, because I mean I had to keep swatting the flies. I couldn't even really enjoy my food because I kept swatting the flies. Life is TV. They are getting over us on Sunny. Um, call the health inspector on that place. Yeah, it was just gross. I was like, wait a minute. Y'all, if you want people to eat outside, then you guys should have sprayed this area to prevent, because there is stuff that you can buy to prevent the bugs from coming. I think it's like some type of bug guard barrier or something. Like you got food is constantly coming in and out, out the restaurant outside to serve. So I mean, what you gonna do? Tell the bugs, and I mean the bugs, hey y'all, we got customers, so don't come until we close. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell the bugs that. The bugs ain't got a brain, you know? So I'm just like, if you want us out here eating, why haven't you put any preventive measures around, so therefore we can eat with a better experience instead of sitting here swatting flies and bees the whole time we're eating? She said coffee. Yes, sis. In New York, rats running on the tables. Oh Lord, my God. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Rats running on the tables. Oh Lord, no. Miss Pearl said, I mean, Kay said it's uh Kay said, Miss Pearl, it's the health department, not CPS. Wrong, wrong channel. Oh my goodness. I love DoorDash. Y'all haven't used DoorDash. I've never ever used DoorDash. Yes, rats and pigeons run New York. Oh God. But yeah, y'all, New York is a dirty city. Like it ain't a part of New York ain't been touched. Hold on, what did Monica say? When you are tipping at Subway, DD, DoorDash, Starbucks, etc., you are not tipping them individually. They split the tips at the end of the week amongst everyone. Oh, okay. Latanya said a rat ran you see our table in New Orleans. My cousin went crazy and came out of her wig. You made me think about, oh my God. Mm, 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 mm. Oh Lord. But I can see DoorDash wanting a tip. I can see that because they're bringing the food to you. They're preventing you from having to go drive. And I understand DoorDash asking for a tip. I don't even know how much DoorDash people make, right? New York rats look like huge dogs, girl. They do. Sophisticated said, and that's what they carry out in DC. Sir, rats, pigeons, gotta love my city. Ooh, baby. Up here in NYC, this idiot de Blasio is extending the outdoor dining to year round. Who the fuck is outdoor dining industry. That's what I Monica, it's funny you said that because I asked the hostess that. I said, so what y'all getting ready to do when it start being 50 and 60 degrees outside? What like I understand sitting outside, look, drinking a cup of coffee or something like that. Who getting ready to be eating a meal and it's 50, 60 degrees outside? She said eventually they're gonna, have serve, operations back up and running inside. But I was just like, well, sis, while we still outside, y'all need to do something about these bugs running around because this is horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not comfortable to eat, and I gotta keep swatting all these bugs. Like it was irritating. All right, y'all, that was crazy. It's obvious everybody in here has an opinion. Yeah, New York gets super cold, honey. Sitting on that water, ooh, baby. There's no way. Right? They need to get some home defense. That's what I was thinking. I was like, y'all got people sitting out here. And then the manager, she came out and she was checking the tables and asking if was everybody okay. And I seen her walking down the aisle. Child, I couldn't wait. I damn near jumped up and ran up to her. I couldn't wait till she got to our table. And she's like, is everything okay here? I said, I'm glad you asked. Actually, no. I said, ma'am, I'm just trying to figure out why are we like why don't you have anything to prevent all these bugs coming around? And she's like, well, we're actually working on that. I'm thinking to myself, well, you should have worked on that before you opened the doors up to have people sitting outside. Like, yeah, I didn't get that. And she apologized and she said, I really apologize, but we are working on that. She said we're actually working on that this weekend, so hopefully next week we can have something out here to prevent, like someone just in the chat just said, some type of bug guard. So I was like, okay, sis, because y'all need to do something. Amara said, ain't no way in my Aretha Franklin voice. I know that's right. Hey, Tipper Harlot. Oh, y'all. Okay, so that was my experience at the restaurant, and then my experience at the whole Subway with the whole 10.25 plus tips. And I'm just like, all right, y'all. I mean, okay, if that's what y'all getting ready to start doing. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like it makes you just think, well, shit, I'm just gonna eat at home, like, cause y'all are doing too much out here in these restaurants, and everything has went up, y'all. Everywhere you go, everything has went up. Live leaked Ming's address. Oh, did she? Well, hell, she probably think everybody in the leaked mines. So y'all, did Olivia make it to Texas? Is she in Texas? I haven't been watching. The last time I seen Olivia was at the hotel, and I haven't seen anything since. LaQuinta said, I deliver a truck to Sioux City, Iowa, and the airport shut down in the middle of the day. There was no rental, no Uber, no taxi driver charge, 154-hour drive, and had the nerve to ask for a tip. God, dog, LaQuinta, I wish you would. Ask me for a tip, and I just paid you $150. That's your tip? No, it's county by county. Okay. I heard she in a rundown hotel. Wait a minute, y'all. What CPS number, y'all? I'm trying to see something. Pearl, what is you talking about? Who need a number for CPS? Pearl, you better be careful talking about CPS. They gonna indict you, sis. You gonna be on the list. You better be careful. Hey, Cherise. Hey, Angie. You better be careful. Don't let me run into Ming or live at Willowbrook Mall since she posted that the area Ming live in. Ooh. You know what, y'all? It's starting to get really ridiculous when you start doing stuff like that. At the end of the day, how come you just can't be on YouTube without people knowing where you live at? Like, what's the point in that? I don't understand that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Excuse me. Like I told y'all, when they sent me that in, Pearl said, "I want all that smoke." When they sent me that information on Olivia a few weeks back about her whole housing situation, yeah, me personally, I didn't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. I didn't want to be a part of that because at the end of the day, that girl got kids, right? And we don't know what's on the minds of the people that watches her channel. We don't know if somebody might have an infatuation with her. Yeah, we don't know. And the last thing I wanted to be a part of, somebody going to that girl's house and doing something to her. And y'all, we can't act like that wouldn't happen because that could happen. Hey, J-Lo. So, the whole thing after watching their videos, I never want to meet any of them. I would rather meet the reactors. I know that's right, Dr. Amira. TMR, what's your name on the list? Misty, I don't know. I think I'm TMR on the list. Yeah, they said we never really because I got the little information Friday night and I was like, wait a minute, what? Somebody writing a letter to Jasmine's mama. I'm thinking to myself, who wrote you a letter? I'm writing you a 4-page letter. I'm thinking to myself, who the hell is writing letters in 2020? Child, why they didn't send you an email? Why would somebody send a letter to you when they could simply send you an email? They could simply find your email because you have a channel and just send you an email. Who the hell sitting down writing using an ink pen to write a 9-page letter? Who is doing that? Thank you, Maria. Yeah, like who's writing a letter? They could have simply just sent you an email, sis. So I guess that was to say, oh, somebody got my address. Well, if y'all remember, for the people who follow me, if y'all remember back last year, Jasmine had did a video and she was at her mama's house. And in the video, I think her mama was barbecuing or something like that. She had just uploaded the video when I had caught it. It I don't even think it had 100 views on it. And I noticed when Jasmine was filming, there was a car, it was a couple cars parked in her mom's driveway. And one of the cars, Jasmine showed the license plate. So immediately I was like, oh shoot, I don't think this girl paid no attention, which I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, you editing these videos. So I DM'd Jasmine on Instagram. I was like, hey, you might want to go to the video you just uploaded and blur it out because you're showing a license plate that's in front of your mom's house. I don't know if that's your mom's car, who car it is. Obviously, I don't know, but it's a car that's in front of your mother's house that, it could be your mom's car, your mom's boyfriend, whoever. So Jasmine replied back and said, oh, okay, thank you. And that was it. Now, do y'all really think I took the license plate number and try to figure out where? Yeah, no, I do understand there are some people that would do that. But TMR, yes, y'all, contrary to what people believe, it ain't really that serious to me. Anybody that I watch on YouTube, I can care less where you live at. And I damn sure I'm not trying to find out. Humble said, I remember you saying this. You warned her about the license plate being visible. Yeah. I mean, that was just me, like, good looking out. I'm just trying to look out for you, sis. Like, I don't want to see no harm come to you or your family. You know what I'm saying? So I seen it and it's obvious when I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh, this girl ain't paying no attention to this. Again, like I said, y'all too comfortable with the camera. And so I just DM'd her and I was like, hey, you might want to pull that video back and blur that license plate out because it's not that many people that's seen it thus far. And she DM'd me back and she said, "Hey, thanks." And that was it. You said Reese went off this morning. Yeah, but to sit and say, I wouldn't, you know what, y'all, to me, be quite honest with you, there's no way that I would have even repeated that. Like it didn't even make sense. At the end of the day, obviously, y'all, Mama Duke's older than me, right? And it's just, if she even used her logical thinking, who is going to write you a letter? And in the letter, they identify themselves as being a mandated reporter. And then they say, because I am a mandated reporter, I stopped watching your daughter. But I feel like these people are the ones calling CPS. And you obviously you believe that because you repeated that information to thousands of people. I'm just thinking to myself, that don't even make sense. The person in the letter telling you they're a mandated reporter. They're telling you that. So if they're telling you they're a mandated reporter, why wouldn't they be the one to mandate? I'm not a mandated reporter. Hey, Yanni. Right. And then yeah, exactly, Yanni. They said the mother, she said there was poor spelling. The letter was poorly spelled. But y'all, if you think about it, the letter being poorly spelled could have been a throw off, right? Y'all, to me personally, I don't know who's behind the letter. I don't even know if the letter actually exists. I don't know. But obviously, Jasmine probably told her mother to read that letter, or if they even made it up, because y'all what? That brings drama. That brings views to Jasmine's mother's channel. Think about it. Because like Jasmine even said, her mother seen how Jasmine channel just blew up. And obviously it's blown up because of all the drama that she has on her channel, be it with herself or whoever. So her mother, Ma Dukes, is trying to use the same recipe for her own channel. Me personally, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't watch her religiously, but there's this lady named Cindy Chronicles. Okay. And her daughter is Neek from Neek and King. Their mother and daughter, and they share a platform. They're both here on YouTube, right? And Neek, for the most part, her content, I'm not gonna say it's like innocent content, but she respects the fact, to me, that her mother shares a platform with her, right? And I would just think, if I was a person, like if I had a YouTube channel and my mama had a YouTube channel, I wouldn't be on here doing things that I feel like you could disrespect my mother or make my mother feel some type of way because she's sharing the same platform with me. But again, y'all, that's how I think. Obviously, everybody's not thinking like me. Why would she want that type of attention? Because people, they said Philip wrote the letter. Because people, sometimes people don't care how they get the attention, just as long as they get the attention. Because at the end of the day, you guys, it's the view that counts. But at this point, I don't even care. Like, child, I don't care who think I'm calling CPS. I don't care who, like, if that's what you want to think, baby, that's your brain. I can't change it for you. I'm not even going to waste my energy trying to change it for you. And I don't care what Mama Dukes think that I could be a part of. Mama Dukes has no relevance to my life over here. I don't give a damn what that woman thinks. I'm just going to keep it 100. Jazz said, hope whoever wrote it don't have kids, or if so, you need to kiss them by because they're gonna going away for a long time. Well, that girl, I don't pay no attention. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Like I said, I was just curious on why she would even, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really felt like Mama Dukes was out there cooking and she was bored and she just decided to pick up that camera and just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, she don't care nothing about what I'm saying over here. I definitely don't care nothing about what she's saying over there because what she does over there is her business. What Jasmine does is her business. Y'all, we just discuss it. Okay. Now, if somebody, based off my conversation, if you feel compelled to feel like you need to pick up the phone and call CPS, since that's your business, but I'm not going to stand on my platform and say, I didn't call CPS because I know I didn't. So I don't have to prove that to nobody else. And because someone wants to indicate me in a letter, yeah, baby, that's your business. I don't care. Now, if someone wants to say uh Tasha was a part of some type of crime, okay, now we got that's a whole different ball game. But you saying that I called CPS on another YouTuber, so freaking what? Like I don't. Okay, that's just. I mean, whatever. Hey, Coco. Girl, Amara says Jasmine needs to take care of herself, her children, counseling, and parenting classes. You know what? Jasmine needs to do what she's doing now. Sis can just keep on doing what she's doing. If it works for her, that's her business. Live, kids. Wrote the neighbors calling CPS and they know it. Girl, I don't. Here's the thing, Kiki. We don't know who's calling. We can speculate all day long. Hell, it might be Jasmine calling our own damn self. We don't know. Again, y'all, we would never know. We would never know. A lot of mess going on. Yes, honey, it's so messy. You suit so messy. Since you got to put on boots, you damn near got to put on thigh high boots to walk through these YouTube streets because ain't no telling what type of ish you might step in. It's so messy up here. Her brother probably wrote it. Exactly. This the same brother that didn't want you to come to the birthday party because he embarrassed of you and your kids, but yet I called CPS. Sis, your brother might be called. He on the suspect list too. Sophisticated said the twins calling CPS and leave the phone off the hook. Oh my God, I'm dying. If anybody calling, none of my business. I know that's right, Amara. Janae said they better quit speaking CPS into existence with these fake ass storylines before they really pull up. Shake a girl. But if they pull up, that's just what they'll do. Pull up. It ain't a problem for me. Hey, mommy. Hey, Angie. I didn't see you, sis. Girl, she had went live today. I went over there for about maybe 5 minutes, and it was so many people in the chat saying, look, girl, I'm gone because I'm trying to support you, but I can't take your kids screaming and hollering like that. Then obviously there was a lot of people in there saying, though they're kids, that's what kids do. No, not necessarily, baby. There's a lot of kids that don't do that. We know Jasmine kids do, and obviously Jasmine tunes it out. But she was in there frying fish, and that I don't know what was wrong with her kids. Obviously, nobody never knows what's wrong with them. Half the time I don't think Jasmine knows, but but a lot of people was like, you know what, girl? At the end of, I did see one comment where somebody was said, why you just don't take kind advice? The person said, why don't you just take the advice as being kindly advice? Like everybody like a lot of people in that chat was like, you guys just need to leave her alone. Just leave her alone. It's like ain't nobody's doing that. She the one that comes on her camera and pushes live and it's a whole bunch of chaos going on. But like I said, y'all, people go over there and watch Jasmine. At the end of the day, you already know what to expect. When Jasmine go live, you already know what to expect. So if you go over there, you already know what to expect. So like I said, a lot of people just, if not everybody, is going over there to see the train wreck. When you go to Jasmine's channel, you expect to see some BS jumping off. You expect to see something wrong. Like, you going over there not for a friendly experience to be entertained for 20 minutes on a video. Like, you going over there, it's like people go to her channel with Inspector Gadget glasses. They look and they investigate and they trying to find something. I didn't see Mean going off on the lip because that's, again, y'all. I don't watch Mean. I think her son is autistic and it runs in her family. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with. All I know is something. I don't know what's wrong with her kids. Obviously, because I'm not a doctor and I haven't. I'm not the parent and I haven't took them to the doctor. But if Jasmine wants to be in denial, y'all, that's her. Them her kids. If she doesn't want to even maybe get them tested, that's on her. That's her business. My kids didn't scream like that. My kids, that's not how they communicated. Even when they were two, my kids didn't scream like that. My kids screamed when there was something wrong. Either when there was something wrong with them, and not really when they wanted something, because even at 2, 3, all my kids started talking, it was about one, right? Now, obviously, they wasn't carrying on full paragraphs, but they were able to communicate well, you know. But sitting there ignoring them is not gonna help the situation. If your child is acting out in some type of way, I would think as a parent, you would sit down and try to figure out what's wrong with them, or show them how to communicate with you better instead of screaming at you and all they want is a cup of water. Like, instead of your child, and all they want is a cup of water, like, teach your child, when you want water, even at 2, this is how you tell mommy you want something to drink. Yes, she doesn't do that. I don't know, y'all. At the end of the day, you only can just sit and watch. Like, y'all, these are channels, and these people on these channels, these content creators, this is their platform. And if she chooses to show that side of her and her family dynamic, I mean, either you watch it or you don't watch it. I'm be honest with y'all. I'm getting to the place where I can't even watch Jasmine no more. Like, it's hard to watch her because I don't understand why she feels like it's cool to hear all that. Like, if you come on your live, obviously, well, I'm saying obvious because I'm a logical thinker. So I'm thinking you're coming on live to engage with your audience, right? The last thing we want to do is hear the kids screaming and hollering in the background. If I call when my kids were little and my homegirl's kids was little, and if I would call my homegirl and she had a bunch of chaos going on in her house with the kids, I was, girl, call me back. Call me back when you got those kids together so we can talk. Because the last thing, I'm trying to tell you something is going on, and I got to keep getting interrupted because you got to stop and holler at the kids, or the kids screaming or out of control. Yeah, I couldn't have a conversation with you like that. That's just me, y'all. My nerves is real bad, and I got very short patience. I couldn't do that. So for her to get on her live stream and have all that chaos going on, it just shows, like, sis, you don't care. And I think that's what triggers people, because they're just like, girl, see what's wrong with your children. Like, that's not normal to just let your child holler for no reason. It's not normal. It shouldn't be normal. I'm gonna say that. It shouldn't be normal to let your kids just holler and scream for no apparent reason. Even if the reason is that they want something, you redirect them. Redirect them. She doesn't, based off the lives that I have watched, sis doesn't do that. I I know if I was her neighbor, the landlord would be paying for me to move. Exactly. I know that's right. Aiden was slamming the door because he wanted attention. She should have put him in his place. Oh, see, I didn't see that part, y'all. Like I told you, I was there for all. She was just getting ready to start frying some fish, and all that screaming and stuff. I couldn't do it. I had to go. For the people who screen records her videos, I don't, sis. I don't know how you do. I don't know how you stay there that long and endure that. Like all that hollering and screaming, it just yeah, ooh, it bothers me. I cannot watch Jasmine that long because I can't take all that screaming and hollering. It's too much. I'm like, I'm gonna sit here and watch her video with all the screaming and hollering when I can go find another channel that the kids is quiet, you know? So yeah, I'm gone, sis. Y'all have a good time over there. I'm out. Thank you, Janae. Purple says someone asked her if she was scared of being evicted due to the kids always screaming. She was bothered they came in the kitchen too. I mean, yes, I guess so. You thank you, Angie. I guess so. I would be bothered too. If all that I don't understand how she can tune that out. It's like how? Jasmine damn near got to have dog ears. Cause sis, how do you tune all that out? There is no way under God's green earth. And y'all, we talk about this because this is a real woman. This is real. This is not fake. This is not a reality TV show. This is a woman with a YouTube channel that films in her house. So this is real shit that we watching. You know, this is real. And for the most part, most moms don't have that chaos going on. Obviously, there are some that do, but the ones that do probably don't have YouTube channels. But this mom does. So we sit and we watch this and we just be like, damn, girl, are you serious? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that she doesn't love her children. I don't know what she does. I haven't had that conversation with her. I'm gonna say this. I hope she does. If that's y'all, but that goes from any parent. I hope all parents love their children. But we do know we've seen in the news that there are parents who don't love their children, right? So when you watch Jasmine conduct herself the way she does with her children, even if she feeling like, oh, it's normal, this is just what kids do, but it's not normal. Like, did Kaylin and Maya do that? Did they scream and holler all the time? It's okay because it's the twins doing it? That's okay? No, that's not okay. And y'all, what I have learned about kids are like dominoes. Like when one do something, it affects the other children, and then all the behavior starts all at the same time. Like if you want all the kids to stay kind of even and normal with their behaviors, you have to control one of the children. If one of the children are having a behavior problem, you got to figure out a way to control it, or it's going to affect everybody in the household. Because guess what? It starts making the kids irritated. It's gonna make you irritable. Borden says, as soon as my kids start, they know to sit down and find a movie, no jumping and bumping in my house, go outside. Honey, Borden, that's how my mama was. And that's how I was. My kids knew. Yeah, we you play outside. When you in here, you play like a normal kids do inside the home. I didn't allow all that because my kids were the type where I had to have my kids trained in my home. So when they went to other people's houses, they knew how to conduct themselves, right? So I trained my kids the way I needed them to act in my home and it's outside my home. But obviously, y'all, everybody doesn't do that. That's obvious. Michelle said, thank God I only had one child. My mom used to say, I'm going to give you something to scream about. Exactly. Yeah, my nephew, he was like that. He was a crier and a screamer. And when honey, when he would come over here and he would start that, Y'all would stop him. I said, "You not with your mama, honey. Yeah, you're not getting ready to do that over here. Yeah, we don't do all that screaming and hollering over here. Yeah, we don't do that." Oh, honey, I broke him of that real quick. But obviously, when he got around his mama, he did that because that's the behavior she allowed him to do. But he knew when he came to Auntie house, yeah, we don't do that over here, honey. Yeah, no. You want something from me? You don't scream and cry and holler that you want something. You ask me in a normal voice. And y'all, he was like 3, 4 years old. Because he was like, Auntie, all that whining. If you do that with your mama, that's your mama business and your business. But when you come over here with Auntie, yeah, we don't do that over here. Jasmine is ignorant, which means she doesn't know a lot of things. She's not conscious of her surroundings and life choices. Exactly. Miss Brown said she get them too much melatonin. They always cranky. I do not. Yeah, I don't. That is one thing I don't. Yeah, I don't play with other people's children. Um, I just don't. I don't. I don't have the tolerance for it. But I'm the type of woman, cause I'm old school. If I see kids out here misbehaving in my neighborhood, I'll stop. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, they be looking at me like, who the hell are you? The woman watching you. Don't do that. Because obviously your mama and your daddy ain't watching you, but I'm seeing you. And I don't want you to do something to hurt yourself. Like that's me, y'all. I think Jazz do know better. She just chooses to do otherwise. Me too. I think so too. She should read some parenting books. Yeah, I didn't read any parenting books. I said, don't whoop them. Now, I ain't gonna put my hands on nobody's kids. Now, that I don't do. I'm not gonna put my hands on you, but if I see you doing something, I know you ain't got no business doing it, and I know your mama and daddy's not watching you, because obviously if they was, they would have said something to you before me. Oh, I'm gonna say something to you quick. That's just how I am. If you get mad, want to tell your mom about it, fine. But that's your business. But obviously, y'all, I'm not all abrasive with the kids, but I'm like, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Especially if you out here destroying something. Yeah, you ain't got the right to be destroying stuff on somebody else's property, because your mama and daddy wouldn't like if they had to come out their pocket because you tearing up something on somebody else's property. A lot of people said that. A lot of people said that, Renee. I seen in the chat, a lot of people was like, I'm gone. I can't do this. Like at the end of the day, it's too much. But y'all, if that's how Jasmine wants to live, that's her business. Like, what can you say about it? What can you do about it? But watch. It's sad, but it's obviously her reality, y'all. And what Jasmine has said, she said Philip he was the disciplinarian. He was the one that disciplined the children. So maybe he had the two oldest ones under control, but it's obvious. I don't know if those kids are just extra spoiled. I don't know what it is, but it's just not. I don't know why she feels like it's normal for those kids to communicate like that with all that hollering and screaming. And it's all the time. Every time she goes live, it's somebody is screaming out. It's either one of those twins or both of them. And I don't understand how she feels like that's normal. I just don't. She's just too outnumbered. I don't think so. I don't think she's outnumbered because y'all look, we can't have a whole bunch of sympathy for Jasmine because there's a lot of women in her predicament with a bunch of children and no man in the house to help them with the kids. So why we gotta give all the sympathy to her? She just, I mean, don't I mean, you chose to have kids by that man, so that's, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Right, Monica. So figure something out. Like at the end of the day, he's not here. You've been known he's gonna be gone. They told you a couple years ago the ninja had 5 years. So like Since at this point, you might as well be used to that. I don't think she gives them attention, but she just gets annoyed. Believe me, I don't agree with everything. Yeah, I don't. Um, I don't know, y'all, but y'all tell me what's yeah, we're not gonna keep talking about Jasmine because at the end of the day, what is there really to talk about? It's a woman over there that is for most mothers, she seems to think that the people who comment on her are not parents. No, we are parents. We just don't feel like that shenanigans that you got going over there is like, why would you want to go through that? Like, why wouldn't you want your children to be in a situation where everybody is living peacefully? Now, I'm not saying that kids never cry and never have behavior issues. Obviously, they do, but as a parent, figure out how to handle their behaviors. And when they are having behaviors, don't go live. Because it's obvious Aiden or the other little girl was cranky before you even went live, and you knew they were cranky, or they were wanting something, or they were whining, or they were hungry. It's like, why wouldn't you handle them accordingly and then go live? At this point, y'all, I don't think we should give her any more parenting advice. I don't think so. Right, Duchess? You cannot run your home like a three-ring circus. Thank you, Yumika. Thank you. Virtual said, in my culture, we say bend a tree when the stem is still soft. Exactly, sis. I don't think so either. And yeah, at one point I was trying to give Mama Dukes the benefit of the doubt. But when sis got on her channel and read that damn letter, I said, oh, okay, well, that just went out the window, sis. Because if you sat there and entertained that letter, mm, let her be. She know everything. Exactly. Pearl said free Philip. Okay, creative says I don't watch her lives, but I will watch other videos from time to time. Right, Kale. Like at this point, I don't. I was giving her the benefit of the doubt, but I don't even want. I'm not even gonna do that anymore. If you go sit up there and try to, like, as a logical thinker, who the hell is writing you letters, sis? In 2020, people emailing. Yeah, nobody's really writing letters. Who is doing that? Nobody's doing that. Right. She gave CPS advice talking about these people have jobs and they're wasting their time coming to my house. No, sis, they don't feel like it's a waste of time. Obviously, when they heard the allegations, they felt like it was warranted for them to come take a look see. That's what they did. They come to look and see what the hell going on over here. Because they probably trying to figure out, well, damn, everybody can't tell the same lie. Why everybody keep calling and saying the same damn thing about you? What you say, Kels? You crazy. Y'all, but tell me what's going on with me and Liv. Y'all, I don't, what's on? Because I don't want to talk about Jasmine. Like, oh, God, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Right. She takes care of them, but she not raising them. Exactly, Borden. Jacqueline says she feel like her neighbors are calling. Why she got a lock on the twins' door? Well, she has a lock on the twins' door because she says they're able to open the doors now, and she don't want to be laid up in their sleep and them kids is outside doing whatever. And if that happens, she could think YouTube called CPS on all she wants to. Nah, baby, if the police come bringing your kids to the house, obviously that's somebody in your apartment complex. Okay. Who read? Oh, they read each other for filth class. Ooh, really? Right, Janae. It's like at this point, it's like, girl, whatever. Why did live post means address? I mean, shit, being petty. I guess. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's just funny how all these women were just coochie coo. They had a whole Mamiana gang and they were trying to help each other grow each other's channels. And then all of a sudden it was just a bust, you know? But I knew it was, look, y'all, I knew that Mamiana gang thing wasn't going to last long. It was too much immaturity between those women. You know, you got to be grown about this YouTube thing. And those women are not displaying a grown behavior, and I knew that was going to happen. I just knew it. Those women need to focus. Why even be bothered? Y'all don't like each other. Cool. Right. It's not like y'all live next door to each other. Like your channels, you're a channel. You're not neighbors. Y'all don't live on the same street. You don't go to the same high school. um I'm not, you're not dating the boyfriend I dated 4 years ago. It's like if y'all don't like each other, then respectfully respect each other's platform and just leave each other alone and build your content basically off of what's going on in your life, instead of trying to talk about a woman who's had augmentation surgery to her body when yet you was the same one thinking about having a surgery too. Like, how you gonna talk about somebody who made the steps to have the surgery when you talked about having a surgery your damn self? Right, y'all was all in Houston kumbaya, and now everything that went astray. Instead of just realizing, just saying, you know what, yeah, I'm not feeling you, obviously you're not feeling me, whatever their beef was about, whatever. And just let it go and just leave it alone. But y'all, when you say something about these women, they get all in their feelings, and it's ridiculous. She's addicted to plastic surgery. I mean, I mean, people are addicted to plastic surgery. People are addicted to tattoos. People are addicted to a lot of things. Hell, people be addicted to drugs, alcohol, and all kind of stuff. I just wonder if that's made me think about her neighbors. Why do y'all keep talking about these neighbors of Jasmine's? At the end of the day, if the apartment people ain't put her out yet, obviously the neighbors is tolerating as much as they can tolerate. You know, I get it. I get y'all, feeling that way. And me personally, if I was living in an apartment and I was Jasmine's neighbor, I wouldn't call CPS. I would go to my apartment complex and I would complain. I would tell the apartment manager, yeah, I can't enjoy myself in my own home because I have to listen to her kids running through the house and screaming and hollering all day. Now that's what I would do. I would go to the apartment complex and talk to them and see what they can do. But that's my thing. These are the same apartment people who gave her 10 violations. This was Jasmine's story. She said the apartment complex gave her 10 violations. Now, unless YouTube had something to do with those violations, obviously they didn't. It was the people who lived amongst her in those apartment complex. Y'all, don't people paying money to live there? What Jasmine say? She paid $1,600 a month. Obviously, those people paying that, or maybe even depending on the amenities in their apartment. Who wants to pay that type of money and then have to endure what she's putting them through? I wish I would be paying $1,600 a month and I got to listen to your kids running and screaming and hollering all through the house all day. Like at the end of the day, have respect for other people. You, Jasmine, even herself was looking for a house before she found that apartment. Because again, Jasmine know what type of children she has, right? But for whatever reason, she didn't get the house. She ended up taking that apartment. But you don't want to chose to go to an apartment. You need that those kids and their behaviors or whatever they got going on over there, baby, that needs to be in a house where you don't have nobody adjacent to you. Right, J Lo? I would be pissed too. Jacqueline said, "Oh, it's coming. She got about another 2 months before she get evicted for noise." Miss Brown said, "Jazz needs a trailer. Them kids can run, scream, and tear that up." Exactly. That's why I got out of an apartment. Too much noise. Exactly, girl. When I lived in apartments years ago, girl, I remember when we stayed in an apartment years ago, we stayed on the bottom and obviously somebody stayed on top of us. And girl, we used to have to sit in the middle of the night and listen to the people upstairs having sex. Like it was so freaking disgusting. I was just like, oh my God. Yeah, I couldn't wait till that lease was up. I mean, honey, they was getting it on every damn night. I was like, oh, okay, over there. I said, well, the least you can do is get a better bed, and you got this squeaky deaky thing, icky, 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 icky. That's all you heard. I'm like, damn, he must be a thoroughbred up there, honey. That bed will be squeaking for an hour and a half. I said, what? Why don't y'all come up for air? I mean, that's all you heard. Eek, 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 eek. I said, oh, hell nah. Y'all had to move us up under the freaks of the industry. God dang. But y'all, look, I couldn't go to the apartments and be like, the people upstairs have a very active sex life. Can you talk to them about that? Yeah, I couldn't do that. Right. So we basically had to endure this bull crap until our lease was up. But y'all, that was the last apartment we lived in. The last. 'Cause I told my husband, I don't ever want to live in another apartment. Ever, 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 ever. Yes, honey, she had that wop up there. She had that, y'all, she had that whoppy oppy up there. I said, damn, every damn night. I'm like, what the hell going on up here? Pearl said this took a left real quick. Yes, honey. I was just like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Yes, girl, it be for an hour and a half. I was like, oh, he long dick dong up there. Dang. I mean, that's all you heard, y'all. And me and my husband would be like, the hell going on up there? I said, well, I mean, a lot. It sounded like. I'm like, yeah. And then, honey, one day, one night, girl, they decided to get vocal with it. Sis was up there screaming and hollering, and I was like, girl, stop. He's not tearing it up that bad, is he? My husband's like, I can't take this. Like, it's too much. Yes, honey. I was like, the hell going on up there? And girl, one day I was leaving my apartment and the dude upstairs was coming downstairs, honey, and I looked at him and I thought to myself, you nasty dog. You know we stay downstairs and you know we hear your ass. I'm thinking to myself, can And something like, what is going on? Sis, did you just meet him? What is going on up there? Yeah, yeah. I mean, an hour and a half. God damn. What you say, Miss Pearl? I would have joined you. Oh my God. Yeah, it was a lot, honey. I was just like, my God, I wouldn't be the neighbor. Yes, honey. I was just like, y'all are doing too much up there. Like, okay, okay, we get it. We get it. But so when I went to go pay the rent, I kind of like said something to the apartment manager, sort of, kind of, and she just kind of looked at me like, yeah, that's not against the law to have sex. Like that's kind of the look she gave to me, and I'm like, yeah, I get it, but I'm like, dang, like, so my whole point of me saying this, y'all, is the whole apartment living thing. Like, obviously, if you live in an apartment right now, I mean, that's where you live. You can't help it. But just be considerate of the fact that, especially if if you live in an apartment where somebody's either above you or below, like, just respect the fact that somebody stay. Y'all remember when Liv was staying in the apartment? Y'all remember in Texas, and she had the problem with the people downstairs because the kids kept running. But I just really feel like apartments is not for children. Little kids, bigger kids, yes. But when you have little children, I don't really think they should, because kids, you can't really control kids from running and playing. Because kids, they want to, that's what they do. They run, they play, they jump, they scream, they holler. They do that. So, once, when my kids were little, y'all, we only lived in a couple of apartments. Apartment living just wasn't my thing. No, Jasmine needs a house. Sis need a house. She don't need a lower level. Sis need a house. Sis need to be in a house, or she needs, like, I won't even say a townhouse. Sis need a house. She needs a house. That's what she need. And hopefully she can get one. Right. Can't stand being on the bottom floor. And it seems like all those apartments, the walls are so damn thin, and that's another thing. The walls be so thin. So I'm not, obviously I don't know what the whole makeup is with her apartments. I don't know if obviously I don't know if her walls are thin or whatever, but I could just imagine they are because, if walls can be thin in a house, they can be thin in an apartment. And I just really feel like she should have respect for the other people around her. Because, like I said, everybody around there is probably paying the same amount of rent she's paying. And she says she pays $1,600 a month. And I wish I would be paying $1,600 a month. And I can't get no peace during the day or even at night. So, yeah, we're gonna talk one more thing. I know we've been talking a lot, and we've been on here about an hour and a half, and I don't want to keep you. But I didn't really, because I had to get off the live. But we talked a little bit about this whole Steffi G situation, and what you guys' thoughts on that? How are you guys feeling about the whole Steffi G situation? Jacqueline said, "I think a house gonna be a new problem for Jazzy. For starters, her grass definitely ain't gonna be cut." Julio, y'all not giving Pro Jasmine. You got to give her a chance, y'all. I think let's let her move into the house and let's see what she gonna do. Right? Let's hope. Let's hope. Let's just only hope that she can handle living in a house. Let's just hope that. Pamela said I had to click off them kids by that hot grease cringe me, and I didn't want to see them get burned. Ooh, baby, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, just jazz. There is. Delightful said, thanks for the super chat. Said Delightful said, shout out to Tasha's old neighbors. I want to be the neighbors. I know that's right, sis. Oh my God. Right, Shannon. We don't care about her side of the story. We barely care about the story at all. I think sis chasing that clout. You know what I'm saying? I really think so. I really think so, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. My personal opinion about the whole situation is I just wish that girl would have just stayed in her lane. And when she seen that he wasn't handling the situation that like he should have handled it, then she should have been checking him and not her, meaning Strong Mommy Chrissy. Yeah, she and you know what, y'all listen to this. I know what you're saying, Janae. Steffi G thing was problem was when she said when Chrissy said F the children. And think about it, y'all. I I feel like what Chrissy really was probably saying was, I mean, I don't give a F about the children, the other children. I really just care about mine. I think that's where but obviously she didn't say it like that. You know what I'm saying? And again, she shouldn't have to care about nobody else's kids. Like she should only have to care about her own. But like we talked about before, y'all, this is what happens when Chrissy was playing. You know, Chrissy once was in Steffi G's role too, because when she met DeMarcus, he had other children, right? So she once was playing Steffi G's spot too. But Steffi G also, hey Rhythm, yeah Rhythm, we're wrapping it up, sis. Right, sit pretty and play your role. Y'all, that's been my biggest thing. Sis, play your role. And your role jumping up in Chrissy face, sis, that's not your position. Now, I understand you being protective over your cub, right? Meaning your child. I get that. But this is what happens when you stepped in front of DeMarcus. And if you felt like DeMarcus wasn't handling like he should have handled it, then you need to been checking him, not Chrissy. And that's just my opinion, y'all. My bad, y'all. Right, Gina. Right, they both were. Yeah, but that's the thing. Steffi seen how. I mean, personally, Steffi was feeling all that energy because she seen how Chrissy kept discussing this man, kept discussing this man. But at the end of the day, she had every right to discuss him on her channel. It was her experience with him, being his wife and the mother of his children. You know, so again, all the energy that she was having for Chrissy, I feel like some of it was misplaced, some of it wasn't, but some of it was. And I just that's the problem, y'all. That these women, they want to take the masculine role in these relationships. And I feel like Steffi G was taking the masculine role instead of letting him be the man. Obviously, he wasn't, because what Steffi G got to understand is since he went into that relationship with a lie, y'all relationship started off with a lie, because you even said yourself you didn't know till after the fact that he was married, you know? And by that time, you had got caught up in the emotions and the feelings of being with this man. And so since now you caught up and then you become pregnant. So your feelings got in the way and you really couldn't think clearly because like most people, we when we get into these relations, especially if they're highly sexual, like if you guys are very sexually attracted to each other, that sex outweighs the thinking part of the relationship. But what I find with women, you guys, a lot of times us as women, we don't treat these relationships like we treat a business proposition. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a business proposition with somebody, you're gonna thoroughly think out that business proposition. A lot of us women, we get into these relationships and we don't thoroughly think them out. We don't really see the signs of what's going on. And when we do see some signs, we ignore them because we feel like we can go and we can change these men. And I think that's what Steffi G is trying to do. I think she feels like she the one to change this man. But since you can't change nothing but the clothes on your back. You can't change this man because this is a pattern for him. All you got to do is sit back and listen to his story. This is a pattern for him. He walks in and out these relationships without ending the last one, and he walks into a new one every time. The kids suffer on both parts because the parents, adults, are being childish, and letting the emotions control the narrative. Exactly. Exactly. Chrissy will hold a grudge until DeMarcus holds Onyx. And that's another thing. If DeMarcus is feeling some, I think y'all, from what I'm understanding, DeMarcus is having some mixed feelings about the paternity of Onyx. Well, sir, if that is the case, then do the right thing and get a blood test. Find out if that is your son. Now we understand that, you took on, from what he says, he took on Junebug as being his son. I don't know if that is or not. Chrissy said it is, and I wasn't there, obviously, y'all. But when Onyx was born, you was married to this woman. So by law, legally, he is your child. But if you're feeling some type of way about the paternity of him, as a man, you need to do what a real man would do and find out if this truly is your son. Instead of having these women go back and forth with this mental manipulation that you got going on with them. Sometimes the girl will put you in the mess because she is angry. Sometimes the new girl be insecure because of the history they share. Keep it moving. Exactly. He can't afford no test. Well, child support will give you one for free. I believe. Right. A real man will take care of his kids. And period. Exactly. The baby been in the world long enough. Exactly. Onyx and the other Blaze, they look so much alike to me. They really do. They look a lot alike to me. But Onyx and Blaze both look like they mama too. Let you be in Chrissy's shoes and tell him how you would feel about the love child. You're gonna have it over your house for Christmas, y'all bugging. My dad's wife is jealous female. I'm 35. She's 9 years older than me, and she doesn't like when he talks to him. His adult children. We were all born before they ever met. Right, LaQuinta, and you see that's what I'm saying. That right there, what LaQuinta just said, I'm gonna post that. That is a problem with a lot. Like you cannot. Everybody has a past, right? You can't get mad at this man or feel some type of way about this man. All right, Angie. Good night, baby. Thank you for being a part of the live. Thank you. Cash out party for the DNA test. I know that's right. Yes, he is. Blaze is so handsome. I mean, all Chrissy kids are very nice looking children. Pearl, you get on my nerves with that free film. Pearl, you are so funny to me. I don't know, you guys. What I feel, it's but I feel like Chrissy kind of brung this on herself when she, brung the situation about her husband leaving and the way he left, and she played that as long as she did, like we all seen and witnessed to get her to 100K, right? But I think when Chrissy was doing that, she forgot about the emotional effect, you know, that it could potentially have on her and her children. And how bad it is to even Junebug. It's not fair for Junebug, the paternity of his father, to be thrown all around social media. Yeah, that's not fair to him. That's not. And I don't understand, to really for all the kids. Again, y'all, like I said before, what about the children's privacy? Like nobody takes that into consideration. What about these children's privacy? Yes, Jesse, I'm outside. I'm in my garage. Free Philip t-shirt. I don't know, you guys, but that's just my thing. We are they mama pimp their privacy out. Exactly, exactly, and unfortunate. And that thing, y'all, we crickets is a whole vibe. I know that. We're gonna start to mention that Chrissy said way too much about him. All of them are. And you get to a certain point where you just feel like what's more important? And obviously money doesn't rule everything. You know, how they say cash rule everything's around me. Dollar bills, y'all. Money is the motivator for a lot of people. Now that baby CJ has a cell phone, I hope he doesn't run across the negativity about his mom. Baby CJ, are you talking about Queen Naija? Virtual said the crickets loud like Tasha's nympho neighbors. Ah, hmm. I just couldn't sell my yeah, I couldn't either. I just couldn't. And that's my thing, you guys. You thought the crickets know. Y'all, Kel, the cricket love. Remember computer love? Computer love. So now we're gonna just start saying cricket love. Babe. At the end of the day, the kids should come first. Exactly. The kids should come first, and they don't. And a lot of these younger mothers don't see that, y'all, because social media is so prevalent, in a lot of people's lives. It's how we stay in touch, even like obviously with Corona. It's how we stay in touch with everything and everybody. So a lot of what people are doing now is they're taking the whole privacy thing out, and they're exploiting themselves obviously for the views and for the money, and it's unfortunate. But at this point, nobody is thinking about the children. And when these kids get older, they're going to always have to be remembered that their paternity of their fathers was slandered on strolled all through YouTube or any other social media outlet. Like to me, y'all, that is so unfair. It's so unfair to those children. And that's why I would have put a little halt on the type of information I would have put out here for even if I am vlogging my life, you still got to think about the children's lives because they're a part of your life too. Right, D. It's just too much, y'all. I saw something about CJ So Cool was caught cheating again. Child, when did CJ So Cool stop cheating? I don't watch CJ So Cool. Like I don't get into his content. But, you know, who when did he ever stop? My son watches CJ So Cool. Exactly, Yanni. Hey, Lakia. So y'all, like I said, we watching these channels and we viewing what's going on. Again, y'all, I really feel like DeMarcus is sitting back watching all this play out, and as usual, he's very silent, don't have much to say other than the interview. And even in that interview, y'all, the man still really didn't have much to say. But like I said, that just shows how much he thought about the whole situation with Chrissy for him to even do the interview. Now he said, she done made a ton of money off of me. Well, yeah, she has. She has, but again, you already know Chrissy's position. You act like you just found out she was a YouTuber. You already knew what that girl did. You was a part of what she was doing. You knew the storylines. You knew what she was doing. And at the end of the day, if she is using your name to make money off of, it's not like you paying for the kids and she making double money. Like if anything, she's using that money to fulfill what you're not taking care of, what you're not doing. So don't knock her hustle, especially when you ain't trying to hustle for them. Deanna said, stop laying up with any and everybody. These things won't keep happening. I mean, will people learn that? Have respect for your body. Love yourself. Love God first. Exactly, Deanna. Right, Yanni. The money she makes helps feed your kids, sir. The one you don't help with. Exactly. CJ so cool's too arrogant for me. I don't know, y'all, but that's like I said, that's what I was thinking. But obviously this behavior is going to continue because Chrissy, back to her situation, she has to stop the cycle. Like, sis, you have to see the signs. Hopefully, this new guy she's with, I'm hoping she then got to know this man a little bit. If he got children, hopefully she has a rapport you know, with the situation that he has going on, and she plays her role with his situation. Hopefully he's playing his role with her situation and staying in his lane when it comes to the relationship she has with the father of her children. And Chrissy does the same, you know. Prayerfully, Chrissy doesn't invent a whole nother Steffi G out here. But y'all, for the longest, Steffi G was, we didn't. Chrissy didn't really bring Steffi G to this platform. Other people sought Steffi G out and brought her to this platform. But if I was Steffi G, I'd have been like, "Oh no, you're not bringing me to the light." You know, like on Poltergeist when that woman said, "Carol Ann, don't go to the light, sis. You allowed these folks, Steffi G, you allowed these people to bring you to the light, sis, and you took the bait. So you here. It's like a gang, sis. You just got jumped in. You here now." Yeah, she is at fault for not putting him on child support. He's been gone for well over a year. He should have been on child support. But she has to get a divorce first, and in the divorce decree, she puts the child support obligations in the divorce decree. And right now, with Corona, divorces, yeah, y'all, they're real simple to get. You don't even have to show up in court because with the whole Corona thing. So these divorces are not. They're if you're gonna get a divorce now, right now is the best time to get them. Okay. And again, y'all, I don't know why she's dragging her feet with it. She claims it's in effect, but it should have already been done. The way he left you, and once you knew he wasn't coming back, and there was no chance of reconciliation between you two, baby, I would have been um untied the ties that bind. That's what I'm trying to say. I would have been done that. Okay, Janae said she back, y'all. Thank goodness I didn't have to go through this mess. Had some mess up, but I was 18 when I had my first and 22 when I had my daughter. But nothing like this, no way. Yeah, and you know what? Okay, y'all. Bevoda TV says she has Steffi G deleted interview on her channel. You know they don't run and fill out paperwork when they're unsure of paternity. Exactly, sis. But at the end of the day, it's gonna get out one way or the other. God has a way of bringing everything to the surface. It might be a situation where this boy might need some type of transplant, and you might not be able to give it to him. So we're gonna go to the father, who you say is Demarcus. So, sis, like the old saying go, you can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you cannot hide. Right somewhere in America, bottom line, we got to do better by choosing the men we choose to have children with. Most definitely right, you know? But a lot of women don't do that, And y'all, obviously, we all wish we could have kids by a man that's filthy rich, but obviously that doesn't work out for everybody, you know? And a lot of times you can start a relationship with somebody, and as that relationship go on, they'll change and become somebody else. Obviously, we have no control over that. But what I really feel like is, when you get into these situations with these men, and your situation that's you and him as a couple doesn't work out, then you need to learn how to separate the two, because the relationship of you and him is not the same as the relationship as a father and a child. And a lot of times I find, like, women, we keep bringing the two together like they're one and the same, and they're not. They're two different situations. So a lot of times people have animosity for the women. We have animosity to the men because the relationship between, the physical, emotional relationship between you and that man didn't work out. So if there's children brought out of that relationship, then we a lot of times, us as women, we don't know how to distinguish the two, right? But to be a better parent, you got to learn how to put the two apart. You can't put your emotions in as far as what you and him went through in the emotions of the relationship between him and the children, especially when the kids are little, because obviously you have to intervene to make sure that co-parenting works out. But once those kids get bigger, and I can say this from my own experience, you got to let them have their own relationship and form their own opinions about their father. Don't influence your opinions of the man as far as what y'all went through in a relationship on the children. That's not fair. And that goes both ways. That goes for the man and the woman. I mean, at this point, Dream Cake, there would be no coming back. Dream Cake says, I feel like she's going to give him a chance. Um, I feel like she's going to give him a chance to come back. That's the reason why she haven't divorced him yet. At this point, there would be no chance for me coming back. And y'all, it's too much time has in between them. It's too much that has happened in between them. Like, how do you come back from all that they've been through, all the scandal and the slander on the internet? Like, how do you bounce back from that? Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do that. Right. Try to keep your feelings in check. Life's too short. Oh yeah, I watched it earlier. All I can say is, wow, better than cable, but short lived. It'll be back. Why does his family have a say in his marriage? Y'all, because obviously Demarcus is easily to be manipulated. He's easily manipulated. So he allows the manipulation of the you know to married to. And me, as if I was Steffi G and Chrissy, just standing back watching this, like, sis, is this really a man that you want to be the man in your life who can't even make decisions on his own? And when he does make decisions, it's not a decision that's conducive to you all, it's always to benefit him. Because when he made that decision to leave Chrissy, regardless if she influenced him to leave or not, when he made that decision to leave, that was a decision for him. Now, again, he said he had some legal trouble. Well, when Chrissy decided to leave Vegas or Colorado to go to Vegas, you knew you had stuff going on there. As a man, you should have stayed where you was at to handle your business, regardless if she's your wife. But you have a legal obligation, and if some ish jump off, you the one that got to deal with the consequences, not Chrissy. And as a man, again, but if he was being a man leading, being the head of his family, he could have demanded, Chrissy, no, we gonna stay here till I take care of my business. And once my business is taken care of, then we can leave. But yeah, you didn't do that because you allowed Chrissy to be the head of that relationship. Because it sounds like she was the financial head. She was the one bringing in the money, regardless if it was YouTube money, child support money, whatever. She was the one bringing in the money. Pearl said DeMarcus rode that same short bus with Phil. She doesn't want him back. She said that over and over. No, I don't think Steffi G manipulated him away from Chrissy. No, I don't think so. When he left and got with Steffi G, he had already figured out. Obviously, he didn't want Chrissy anymore, right? She was on some BS, and I didn't want to go to jail. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. She could have been at the point where she was like threatening him. I'll tell your PO where you at, or you what I mean, y'all, it could be a lot of things involved in that. Obviously, we don't know. We're just speculating. But again, y'all, it's unfortunate that we even talking about it. Anita said, to be honest, he's not help. He's a hindrance. There's no reason why you should be with someone who can't do exactly what you can in the relationship. That's true too. That's very true. But again, Chrissy knew when she left Colorado that he had some legal obligations. She knew what was going on with him, and as that hurt, that being your husband, I would think that you would do whatever is best for the family. Him leaving the state wasn't the best thing because he was in some legal troubles. But again, Chrissy decided to leave anyway, and he decided to follow. He didn't have to follow, but again, he followed because, like I told y'all before, I believe he was the butler more than the husband. He was more like Benson over there than anything else. DeMarcus should have stayed where he was at, handled that business, and then, you know, went and connected with his family. He still could have been a husband to her, staying in Colorado, handling his legal obligations instead of running up behind Chrissy, which ultimately you left anyway to go back to handle your business or whatever the situation he said happened. D said, I hope that bus headed to paternity court. Staffy G didn't get DeMarcus fully, nor did Chrissy. He has a hard time being current in his other kids' lives. That's not a human who needs to have more children. No, it doesn't. But how can you prevent him having more children when he goes into new relationships, not telling the new women about what's going on in his past? Because he didn't tell Steffi G that Chrissy was pregnant or Chrissy had just had a baby. Yeah, he didn't tell her that. She didn't know that. She claimed that she didn't know anything about it until the gender reveal of her pregnancy. Yes, I'm outside. Why is it a big thing because I'm outside? Why y'all keep asking me that? I mean, I'm in my garage, y'all. This is where I sit at. I sit and drink my coffee, and my neighborhood is very, very quiet. Hey, Lisa. All right, y'all, we're gonna get on off of here because we've been on here for almost 2 hours, been an hour and 56 minutes. It's 11:30 at night. And I gotta go finish washing clothes from coming back from my trip. But remember, she left with her legal issues too. Yeah, that's true too. With the situation with her son. Yeah, you're right. Again, y'all, making rash decisions and not thinking about the consequences. And us as humans, y'all, a lot of us do that. A lot of us make decisions not thinking about the consequences. We do that. But again, you try to live and learn. But once you get to a certain age in life, you can't keep living life doing that. So I'm just hoping now that Chrissy's in Texas. Hopefully she gets it together. If she doesn't, obviously, y'all, she has to deal with the consequences of not doing that. But us as women watching Chrissy and watching all that's going on, not just Chrissy, but just in general, like you just have to know when you try to start anew, you definitely got to end the old. You can't start new anything without ending the old. Period. All right, y'all. I'm out. I will definitely see y'all in the next video or live. Make sure you guys hit the like button on your way out the door. Remember, you guys, sub what you love. Bye bye. Thanks for coming by, everybody. Have a good night.